Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in once again for Dr. Peter Glidden. And, I'm getting pretty good at this longevity thing. I've been holding meetings, hosting this show for Dr. Glidden, talking to people just about every day. And this is truly turning into a full-time thing for me. Now, I went to broadcasting school and took journalism way back in the 90s. And I can host a radio show. And that's why I'm here. In fact, me and Dr. Glidden were hanging out one day, and I offhandedly said to him, I could do your job. Well, when he asked me to, he says, well, maybe you're the guy I'm looking for. I think my jaw hit the floor. But fact is, if I can do this, just about anybody can, and that's the beauty of it, is that you do not have to suffer. You don't have to live with chronic pain and disease. You can almost always clear it up yourself. But the trick is to not get a disease in the first place. The trick is to keep yourself strong and healthy. And the other thing I wanted to mention, normally I do this show every Friday, but as I said, Dr. Glidden is doing upgrading to keep his license good and everything. Dr. Wallach's there with him, I believe. And so yesterday I came on the air and I repeatedly said it was Friday, August 7th. Well, I guess every day's Friday when you're Mike Phillip. Today is the true Friday, August 8th. But you know what? It felt like it to me yesterday, so let's just run with it. Welcome to Fire Your MD, Friday, August 8th. And to kick things off, I pulled this article up with Fox News. Now, I'm not a big fan of Fox News, not a big fan of CNN or the CBC or any of these other. In fact, I frequently refer to CNN as chicken noodle news. But this report sounds accurate to me. The cost of treating cancer skyrockets when doctors merge with hospitals. Now, if you're on the line waiting, Charity, MJ, and Jeff. More and more hospitals across the country are buying up private oncology practices and taking advantage of a loophole in a federal program, making millions of dollars in the process and skyrocketing the cost of treatment. Hospitals, which have a lot of overhead and regularly treat patients who can't pay, are always looking for ways to increase their bottom line. Private practitioners fed up with the stress of managing the business end of medicine want a guaranteed salary and a steady flow of patients. The cure? Doctors' offices becoming hospital outpatient centers. So you have this bureaucracy in a hospital that's looking at the bottom line. Meanwhile, they're pushing all these expensive treatments that don't work. In part, what we're seeing is that hospitals and physician groups are merging. And when they merge, they have more bargaining power to extract higher reimbursement fees, says Rena Conti, a professor at the University of Chicago, who studies the economics of medicine. Beverly Brown, a breast cancer patient in her 70s, said her chemotherapy treatment nearly tripled when her doctor sold his practice. She goes on to say it started out $6,000 every 3 weeks, and then it raised to $15,000 every 3 weeks. Same drug, same person gave it to me, same facility giving it out. It just costs more money. So Dr. Wallach proved that you could reduce the incidence of breast cancer in women by just supplementing with 200 micrograms of selenium a day. That's all. I mean, $6,000 every 3 weeks is bad enough for a treatment that's probably going to kill you. But jumping to $15,000, well, you know what? You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. And there's a cost to just believing whatever comes along because it's in a uniform or a suit with a degree behind it. And a lot of people pay with their lives. And quite frankly, I'm sick of it. I really am. I see lots of really beautiful people coming to my meetings, and almost all of them are older than me, and they're in so much pain, and they've gotten to doctors their whole life, and nothing's working. Well, you know what? There's a new sheriff in town, Mike Phillip, representing longevity here in Camrose. And once the word gets out We're going worldwide, baby. We got people in Africa looking at this. We're bringing people in from India. I get calls from Manitoba, from Ontario, and that's a pretty long ways away from Camrose if you understand Canadian geography. But enough about me. Let's go to some calls here. We're going to talk to Charity in Virginia. How you doing, Charity?
Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing really well. It's a great day. It's raining, but I don't mind. So what's on your mind?
Yes, I'm calling in for my father. He's had a lot going on. He first started off with thyroid cancer.
Yeah.
It spread it to his bones, and he did have thyroid removed. So now he has a tumor on his spine. So he's been paraplegic since December, and he's a diabetic. He's been developing also on his foot lately, and now that has gotten real bad. The doctor told him today that, they want to amputate it. They pretty much told my mom they want to do it right away. And I'm just calling in, bone cancer. He's, like I said, diabetic, and I'm just trying to call in to get some help for him. Because I don't want my dad to lose his foot, leg. I don't want that.
I don't want your dad to lose his foot and leg either, and I don't even know him, Charity. But this is I hear this stuff all the time. I really do. And if you heard me talking before we had you on, I was saying the best thing a person can do is not get sick in the first place, and your dad is an excellent example of that.
Yeah.
But he is where he is. So he's had his thyroid removed. He's got cancer spreading through his bones. He's got diabetes. He's looking at
he has one on his spine. He has a tumor on his spine, and they wanted to cut that off. We did try talking him into not getting that done. They wanted to do that in December. They rushed in like, we have to operate right away. But we did get that put on, put off on him.
Okay, Charity,
trying to do that right away.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I bet their intentions were probably good, but they just don't know, right? And
no, they don't. They
don't. And I really feel bad for your situation, Ben. And here he's approaching 70, and now we got to rush in. So I mean, your dad, for the diabetes, let's start with that. He's going to need. How much does your dad weigh? Probably not much if he's been through all these surgeries and everything.
No, he's still, I'm sure he's still into his 200s. I'd say maybe about 230, 240.
Okay, so what I would do if I was you for my dad, if he was in the same situation, is I would get him on 2 healthy blood sugar packs. And the reason that you do that is because you're getting the Mighty 90 and the regular Healthy Start pack, but what's added in is the product called Sweeties, and what that is cinnamon packed with chromium and vanadium to control blood sugar. Now, at my meeting last night, we have this great couple named Wayne and Colleen that have been coming, and Wayne's been on the Healthy Blood Sugar Pack for about a month, and he has already reduced his medication from 28 units a day to 8. And that's just at under a month. So, I see this all the time, too, and it's really great when you see somebody respond so quickly. So, are you a Young Jeopardy distributor, Charity?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. So, I hope you're writing this down. 2 healthy blood sugar packs. And for the cancer spreading through his body and the tumor, I would get him the maximum amount of ORAC value possible. And the best way you can do that is with Triple Treat chocolate, okay? Mm-hmm. Has a huge ORAC value. Cell Shield RTQ. The RTQ stands for resveratrol, turmeric, and quercetin, and they are powerful antioxidants and definitely game changers when fighting cancer in the body. You're also going to want to add selenium. And I would probably give him about 2 to 3 bottles a month. And this is not going to be cheap. But
he has been on some of that, but trying to balance the budget. But he has been on the selenium and Z-Radical some.
Z-Radical too. It has no established ORAC value, but that fucoidan is a powerful cancer fighter. Has he noticed any little changes in how he feels since he's using the selenium and Z-Radical?
I'm not 100% sure because, like I said, it's just so much. You got me. And I know he's probably not taking, the right requirements either. You got me. So I'm not really sure.
Charity, you got a big fight ahead of you, and I don't know how far is too far. It sounds like he's got some big problems, but I would really like for you to see what you can do about getting that healthy blood sugar pack into them, both of them. And I want you to keep in touch with the show, because if you can bring your dad back, then that is a great story. And I really hope things work out for you. If you need any help, you can get a hold of me at mike@teamglidden.ca. And that goes for anybody else out there, mike@teamglidden.ca. I get a lot of emails, but I try to get back to all of them. And this is what I do. So, Charity, good luck to you. I hope you can get your dad back. We're going to let you go.
What's the main thing for the infection? Can you please tell me that?
Infection?
On his foot. That's why they're trying to amputate his foot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, the infection, I mean, that's due to the blood sugar issue right there for sure. Okay. So, I mean, we're going to get rid of that with the sweeties. But to kill infection, I was talking about this on the show yesterday. I am a huge fan of colloidal silver. I mean, huge. And if I was you, I would try to find the highest parts per million colloidal silver that I could find, and I would be spraying that or rubbing it directly onto the affected area. It'll soak right into the skin, and what it does is it knocks out the infection's ability to breathe, basically, in layman's terms, and suffocates it in under 20 seconds. So, I mean, I've had infections go away in, a swollen, bad infection in less than 15 minutes, gone, using colloidal silver. Okay. Charity, I hear the music. Good luck with that.
All right, thanks
Robin,
so much, Mike.
Yeah, MJ in Chicago, Robin and Jeff, we're going to get to you right after this break. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden, back after this. Welcome back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. And over the break, Charity in Virginia, if you're still listening, it just hit me. I thought of one more thing. You should get your dad also taking the Killer Biotic FX. Okay, Killer Biotic. It's actually a low-level toxin that will wipe out microbes and things that are causing the nasties in your dad's foot. Along with the colloidal silver, that should do it. All right, now we're going to go over to MJ in Chicago. MJ in Chicago, how are you today?
I'm good, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing all right. You know what? I love Chicago. My dad's from there.
Good.
Yeah, my grandmother actually lived in Crown Point, and I used to love going to Chicago to visit, so I have a special heart for that town. It's changed a lot. It looks very different when I visit it now, but I've always really loved Chicago. So what's going on, MJ?
Okay, well, here's my situation, Mike, and I'll tell you the products I already got. I'm currently a diabetic, and I've suffered from high blood pressure, of course, sugar issues. I'm having renal failure. My creatinine level right now is a 7.2, and I'm retaining water. And my doctors want me to start dialysis. And I listened to Dr. Glidden and Dr. Wallach, and I know there's other options that I want to try before I go that route. Because right now, some of the products from Youngevity I purchased a Healthy Start Pack, yep, as well as separate. I'm also about 255 pounds, 5'6". So I also got the ASAP, the Healthy Start Packs. I have also the plant-derived minerals, the glucogel because I have back issues with my disc, and I also have selenium and the Ultimate Daily. But I just want to make sure that I have everything covered, and I buy the right things and take the right dosage.
Okay, that sounds good what you're doing so far. Let me ask you this. How long have you been doing this?
Well, I'm just getting ready to start.
You're just getting ready to start. Okay. If I was you, MJ, I would put the ASAP off for a little while. Okay. We don't recommend people go on a crash weight loss program until they've been nutrified for at least 90 days because toxins store up in your fat cells, and if you start to burn them off, they'll release into your body, and if you're not fully nutrified, it could be like kicking a hornet's nest. You could wind up with some real problems. As far as going on the dialysis and that, you are absolutely correct with getting the Ultimate Dailies. If I was you, I would be taking 4 to 6 of those a day. I actually take 4 Ultimate Dailies a day myself, and I get great results from them. And other than that, I think you're absolutely on the right track. You've got 2 Healthy Start Packs, Ultimate Daily, Selenium, plant-derived minerals, and did you mention Sweeties?
No, I did not get that. I need to get that.
Yeah, absolutely. The Sweeties is a absolutely awesome product. I'm not diabetic, but once in a while, if I get myself feeling a little bit of anxiety and stress from life, I'll just go and pop 3 Sweeties, and it all levels out in under an hour. So I've learned how to use these things in response to things going on in my body. There's my stuff I take every day, and then there's stuff that I'll use whenever I figure I need it. And you'll figure that out as time goes by too. Now, are you down with the 10 bad food list?
Yes, that's another thing I was going to say. I went gluten-free, and I'm getting off the 10 bad foods.
Good girl. All right. So it sounds like you've got it dialed in. I want you to keep in touch with the show, and we will help you out anytime we can. And I want to hear from you. I want to know how you're doing, because everybody's got a story, and yours is about to turn the corner. Sound good, MJ?
Yes, it does. There's one other thing, Mike. With Ultimate Daily, is that I think 2 bottles a month I should get?
There's about 180 of them in there, so you should be good doing 4 to 6 a day.
Okay, for 1 bottle.
Yeah, I keep around 2 bottles just because I don't like running out. Once you get on longevity, you feel so good. If you run out before your auto ship comes, you kind of go into a little bit of a freak out. So I avoid that just by keeping extra around. If you can afford it, do it. It's well worth your time.
Okay, and the Selenium, how many bottles per month should I take?
You were 230, you said?
255.
255. Yeah, I would do at least 3 if I was you.
Okay.
Yeah, I would do about that. I hear the music, MJ. I'm going to let you go. Thanks for your call. Jeff in Minnesota, Robin in North Carolina, Dana in Massachusetts. We're going to get to all of you. Stick around after this break. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden back after this. Welcome back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. The call-in line is 1-844-374-5433. Once again, that's 1-844-374-5433. If you want to contact old Mike Phillip here, you can get me Mike at teamglidden.ca. And if you have any comments about the show, if you have a story to tell about a miraculous health recovery or a nightmare tale, I'd like to hear it, and I'll get it on the air here. So, if you're at work and you can't call in listening to the show, shoot me an email. I'll definitely get back to you. Now, we're going to jump over to Jeff in Minnesota. He's been waiting 32 minutes to get on the show. How you doing, Jeff?
Hey, doing just fine, Mike. I'm working with a friend that's got an enlarged prostate. It's non-cancerous. The VA'd like to ream it out, and he doesn't want to go that route, and I was wondering what you'd recommend he be on.
Automatically, what I would do for your friend is I would get him 1 healthy brain and heart pack per 100 pounds body weight. Is he a big guy?
Yeah, he's 150 pounds. And,
Right. Well, you know what? It's dosed per 100 pounds. You might be able to get away with 1. If he could do 1.5, that would be great. But as I was explaining to the earlier caller there, you were probably listening, the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack is just a Healthy Start Pack with Cell Shield RTQ and selenium added in. And so even if you can get your friend on 1 Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, that will probably do the trick. And yeah, I've heard a lot of horror stories from people dealing with the VA. Things don't seem to be going too good.
Yeah, I can tell you also, Mike, I've been on the program since February. I'm a type 2 diabetic, and I'm on dialysis right now, and things are have neuropathy, and it's all getting better. I hadn't been able to jump in years, and my feet are feeling lighter, and I'm on Ultimate Daily. I take about 9 of those, and my circulation I've noticed is a lot better. My numbness in my hands is dissipated a whole lot, and it's things, my vision, I'm on vision Ultimate Vision FX, and it's improving because a year ago I couldn't see my sockets to tell what size they were, and now I can, and I can read a menu, and things are just going in the right direction. But it's not a fast fix. I was sick for quite a while, and I'm in it for the long haul. I understand about nutritional therapy, and years ago I was a dairy herdsman. I always used to say if I fed my cows as well as if I ate as well as my cows did, I'd never be sick. And there was something to do it after I heard Dr. Wallach talking about that doctors don't lie, and it's just something I wish I would have known about several years ago. But
me too.
Things are going in the right direction, and just tell people to hang in there. It's not a quick fix, but it takes a while for your body to get nutrified again.
That's it, right? If you're dealing with 60 years of damage, I mean, chances are that's not going to go away overnight, but it sounds like you're doing everything right. They're going to be calling you Jumpin' Jeff soon.
Oh, yes. Like I said, I haven't, it's been a long time. My legs feel a lot lighter, and, people with neuropathy know what I'm talking about. It feels like needles and pins, and all that is going away. I don't feel the numbness as bad as it was. I can actually, feel somebody tickling my foot, and it's getting better, and it's just been since February, and I haven't even tried glucogel yet, and I understand that helps neuropathy. So
yeah, I've seen good success with that in my little circle of influence here, and
Are you there?
Can you hear me, Jeff?
Oh, you cut out for a second.
Sorry about that. Must have had a bad connection. I was just actually talking to my group last night, and like I mentioned, just about all of them are older than me. And in a lot of the case here, I mean, you want to get your health back too, but you want your kids and your grandkids never, ever, ever to face these problems. And that's why we've got to get this word out, because it's better to not get sick in the first place than to have to recover after years of damage. And like a lot of the damage I'm seeing, these are people that have not partied away the years, and they don't do hard drugs. They've never had a beer in their life, never smoked a cigarette, good church folk, and they're absolutely breaking down, and they thought they were doing everything right their whole life. Well, the fact was they were running out of nutrients the whole time, and we need to get this message out to families with young children because we could absolutely save the healthcare system. Well, I mean, not that we want to save it, but, I mean, we don't want everything to go absolutely bankrupt. We want a good future for our kids.
And, Mike, I've been on dialysis the beginning of the year, or I've been on it since October 2012, and at the beginning of the year I was doing it for 4 hours 3 days a week, and since I've been on the Healthy Start Packs and everything, I'm down to 3 hours 3 days a week, and I just thank the Lord that I'll be off of it down the road. So everything's going in the right direction too.
That's great, Jeff. That's really great to hear. Keep in touch with the show because we'd love to hear your progress.
Oh, yeah, and like I said, it's going in the right direction. I feel healthier all the time and more energetic. And, it's just, things are just, I want to encourage people to hang in there. It's not the fast process, and sometimes you get frustrated, but it works, and just keep thanking the Lord for Dr. Wallach. And,
absolutely. Yeah. Hang in there. Keep it in your heart. Keep hope alive because it's there.
And thank you. I'll pass it on for my friend with the prostate problems.
Jeff, thanks for the call. You take care of yourself. We're going to let you go, and we're going to jump over to Dana in Massachusetts. How you doing, Dana?
Very good.
Good. What's going on?
All right, I got a tough one for you. I got a family member, he's about 35 years old, and they found he has colon cancer, stage 3.
Yeah.
And then he's got a little bit of colitis and Crohn's associated with, they said. And they have him on chemotherapy once a week. He said that he's the only thing that he hasn't lost any hair and he's feeling pretty strong, but the only thing is he gets diarrhea really bad.
Yeah.
And it makes him move like 7 times a day, so that's a biggie.
Yeah. Diarrhea is a definite side effect of radiation poisoning.
Mhm.
Yep. So that's going to be difficult for him to keep stuff down. I don't know if you could convince him to maybe step away from that course of action, but here's the deal, okay? With let's take one thing at a time here. With the colon cancer, I don't know if you heard of the Clement University study, but they did a double-blind study of Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0, and they found that it kills colon cancerous cells over 90% of the time, and that is just the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. So here's the deal. Even if he is getting diarrhea, that means that Tangy Tangerine is going to be passing through his colon, right? I would think. And, if he can get away from that, that'd be great. Now, as far as the digestion problems, that's more than likely because the radiation is killing off the gut flora that he needs. And if I was you, 35 years old, hey, can you believe this crap? It's unreal.
He removed a huge mass out of his stomach, though. Huge.
Yeah. Okay, so what I would do if it were me is I would get him on a healthy digestion pack, okay? And I would include in that selenium. How much does he weigh?
About 145, 156, he said.
Yeah, fair minimum, one healthy digestion pack.
Okay.
Cool. As much as he can afford. Bare minimum, a healthy start pack and selenium. Bare minimum.
Start and selenium. And how much selenium?
Selenium at 135 pounds, I would do 2 bottles a month if he can get away with it. Got that wrote down?
Yeah. Now, they have him on Percocet and stuff like that. Should he stop taking that, or he needs it?
I would get rid of the Percocet myself. He's probably using that for pain, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so, he's going to have to see how he feels. But the Percocet, it's just, like Dr. Glidden says, like spray painting over mold. You're masking a symptom. So, if he needs pain relief, go ahead and keep doing it. But, we want to take this on in a different way. So, if it were me in that situation, he's probably in a lot of pain. It would be tough to convince me not to take a painkiller, right? So I would just get him taking the product and let him gain a little bit of strength and start feeling better from that. It's going to be a tough go because of the diarrhea and the chemo, but, there's a chance that we could reverse things. And if this was a friend of mine, I would tell him, if I was you, man, I'd run from the chemo. That's what I would say. But, that it's up to him whether or not he wants to listen to the advice of his doctor or not. But the motto of our show is fire your MD, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would Z-Radical help him at all?
Absolutely. Like I said, as much as you can afford, at least a bottle or 2 a month. And the key ingredient there is fucoidan, and that will actually help with the radiation.
The Z-Radical?
Yeah, Z-Radical, you betcha. High ORAC value. And definitely, in my opinion, would help out with the colon cancer. A lot more than radiation therapy, that's for sure.
Yeah. And one other quick thing. I got another friend that has, she did the Wallach survey thing. She has bone and joint pain because she had some neck issues, some prior surgery, but she can't afford the bone and joint pack. So if she had the glucogels and the OsteoFX, would that at least help at all, or?
Yeah, here's what I would do in that situation. I would go with the Glucogel Plus and the OsteoFX and take it from there. Dana, I got to put you on hold. We'll talk to you just a little bit more after this break, and then we'll go over to Robin in North Carolina. You just stay right there. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We'll be right back. Come back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We're going to go back over to Dana in Massachusetts real quick. Make sure that you've got everything in line here. Now, was that helpful?
It was. Mike, can I just ask you for my friend with the colon cancer?
Yep.
I only have the original BTT in stock. Would that be just as good as the 2.0, or it has to be?
I don't think it's as good, but you know what? It's better than nothing. I would definitely get them on it right away. I personally like the new stuff better, but my wife still takes the old Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and she seems to love it. So, it's a kind of a matter of preference. There's definitely a higher content of different vitamins, and there's a few minerals added and some probiotics and whatnot with the new one. But the old one is still a good product. So, yeah, if you've got some on hand and you want to give them a can or sell them one or whatever, do it up.
Okay. And so for the one with the bone and joint, you said Glucogel and OsteoFX. So you said plus? Glucogel plus?
Yeah. Glucogel Plus, it's in a liquid form, and there's also antioxidants added, and it seems to work better, and that's on the advice of my beautiful wife who uses it all the time.
All right. Thank you very much.
Take care, Dana. We're going to let you go. Robin in North Carolina has been waiting quite a while here and says he's been taking a bone and joint pack, and he's in pain in his arms. What's the deal, Robin?
Well, actually, I had another young lady that I was calling for, Miss Crystal. I think she had to hang up, but she's taken the bone and joint pack, and been about a little over a month. But she said she started feeling pain in her arms since she's been taking it. So we're just trying to figure out what possibly could be going on. What does she need to increase or decrease?
Okay, first of all, I'm sorry I said his. Okay, Robin's kind of one of those names that can go either way. I apologize for that. But, okay. No, I don't believe for one second that the pain is being caused by the bone and joint pack. How much does this girl weigh?
I'm not even sure. I hate we lost her because she's been holding for a while. And, so I guess she had to hang up. So I decided to go ahead and ask for her. Then maybe I can, relay to her. But she's doing 2.5 scoops of the Tangy Tangerine, and she's doing 4 glucogels a day. And she's
4 ounces or 4 capsules?
4 capsules.
Okay, because the capsules are dosed at 1 per 10 pounds. So if this girl weighs 100 pounds, she would need 10. If she's 200 pounds, she would need 20. Just like I told the last caller, if you were listening there, I suggest that she switch to the Glucogel Plus. Now, here's another deal. With bone and joint pain, a big game changer to add on top of the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack is the HGH Youth Complex, okay? The HGH Youth Complex. Now, my wife was using the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack for quite a while, and she got great results, but it seemed like when she got on the HGH Youth Complex and another product called Immortalium, it was a big game changer. So is she aware of the 10 bad food list? Have you gone through that with her?
Yes, sir.
Good. And it's only been a month. So, sometimes these things take time, and that's all there is to it. Like when I started out with Youngevity, I was only using Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and I felt a lot better, but it took me a little bit of time before my body completely got out of the weeds with all the problems that I had. So what you got to do is encourage her to keep going. I would switch her over to the Liquid Glucogel Plus. Excuse me. And I would also add into that HGH Youth Complex. Now, Sorry about that. I got a frog in my throat. But I should stop eating frogs, right? But anyhow, what women notice, and guys too, with the HGH Youth Complex is that your skin gets really good. You get kind of a glow in your face. So any woman listening, I highly recommend the HGH Youth Complex if you're on a healthy bone and joint pack because it seems to tip the scales a lot faster. Sound good, Robin?
Yes, sounds wonderful. I'll let her know.
All right, Robin, we're going to let you go. It is the bottom of the hour, and Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We'll be back after this network break.